Hello, and welcome to the Starseed School podcast. This is a podcast for divine souls seeking guidance on their journey on Earth. I'm your host, Alexis Christine, and I'm a spiritual wellness coach and quantum energy healer, helping starseeds, earth angels, and light workers navigate their awakening journey. Together, we explore the depths of the universe, hold space for vulnerable conversations, delve into esoteric and taboo topics, and so much more. Thank you for being here today, and if you guys like the show, please follow, subscribe, and leave us a review. Let's get started. Hey guys, welcome back to an episode of Starseed School. I am your host, Alexis Christine, and today we're talking about something a little bit interesting, maybe a little controversial. But I was asked recently, what is the spiritual meaning of depression? And so I sat with it, hit it with my intuition, asked my guides a little bit, and kind of got some answers. Also mixed with my own experience. And so I want to share that with you guys today. Preface. I have never been diagnosed with clinical depression. I have never suffered from any mental health disorders. And I don't necessarily consider myself to be someone with severe mental health struggles. But I am someone who has gone through bouts of depression. So I have had quite a few moments of my life where I have gone into these little depressive episodes, depressive states where I do not want to communicate with anyone. I get anxiety looking at my phone, checking messages, having to respond. I no longer have the capacity to be social, to create content, honestly, even to look at social media at all. And I just sit and I eat comfort food and I rewatch all of my old favorite TV shows and movies because my nervous system cannot handle anything else. I don't meditate. I don't work out. I rarely cook for myself, so my nutrition goes down the drain. I don't journal. I do basically none of my self-care practices, and I kind of isolate myself a little bit and just go into these little holes. So I do have experience with depression and mental health struggles. So that is where a lot of what I'm going to say comes from, in addition to channeling and asking guides and everything else. But I just wanted to preface this because I know there are people who could be listening who deal with severe mental health issues and struggles. Basically, I just don't want to come off like I'm an inconsiderate dick. So my little just synopsis of take everything I'm saying with a grain of salt. If it resonates, great. If it doesn't, not a big deal. So in my experience, and with all of the intuitive guidance I've received, the spiritual reason why we suffer with depression is because we need the reminder to come back to ourselves. That's it. Super simple. I'll explain why, but super simple. We need the reminder to come back to ourselves. And the reason that this happens is because we get so caught up in society and other people and whatever is going on in our life that we forget who we are. We forget ourselves, the things that make us happy, the things that give us joy, the things that give us energy. That's it. And so sometimes this can happen after you've gone through something traumatic. So maybe you're like me, been in some toxic relationships, and even while in the relationship, you get into a depression and you lose yourself. Or maybe you just find it comes out of nowhere, but in reality, you have been super, super locked into what's happening with all the celebrities, or following all of the trends, or really paying attention to the 3D matrix of what's important and what's not, and not listening to yourself of what actually is important to you and like what you actually like. Does that make sense? So nothing crazy, no big event has to happen. Maybe you just fall into a depressive slump, or you're just, not really yourself. You're kind of in a low mood, whatever it is, for no real reason. You can't understand why, and it just kind of sticks around. I truly, truly believe it is a reminder to come back to yourself. Hey guys, quick reminder that if you're enjoying the episode, to please leave us a review and follow the show so that we can help as many people as possible on their awakening journeys. Now let's get back to the episode. And from my own personal experience, Every single time I have gone through a depressive episode, it is because I have lost myself in one way or another. Whether that means I lost myself because I was repressing all of my emotions and binging on food. Again, not connecting to myself, not allowing myself to feel or release, repressing everything down, disconnecting from my human vessel, disconnecting from myself, and comforting with food. Or whether it was losing myself through trying to find the acceptance from others, either in friendship or in relationship, or whether it was losing myself through my career. Every single time I have entered a depressive episode, it has been through losing myself. Sometimes they last a few weeks. Sometimes they last 6 months. My most recent one was probably from, I would say, mid to end of June. Honestly, up until I would say last month. So let's call it April-ish. It's a long time. And yeah, I was still functioning. I was still trying to see people. I was forcing myself to go to the gym. I was still getting out and living, but I was still a shell of who I was. I was in a state of depression, functioning depression, but depression nonetheless. And every single time, you guys, it's because I lost myself. And every single time that I was able to get out of it, it's because I remembered who I was. And it's hard. It's not an easy process, but you have to essentially push yourself to do the things that once brought you joy, that nurtures your soul. And so for me, that is eating well. That's eating really nutrient dense food. Even though fast food tastes so good, it's so good in the moment. It's so comforting. That's why it's called comfort food. It's not what makes my body happy. It's not what gives me energy. It's not what makes me physically feel good. And so as hard as it may be, when I'm having cravings, I have to force myself to be like, you know what? No, give yourself the nutrients first. If you still want that after, fine. But feed your body, feed your soul with what is going to energize it. Another thing that helps me is movement. Whether it's a 10-minute walk around the block or whether it's a full workout session at the gym, getting outside, being in nature, and moving always helps me. Meditating, journaling, all of the self-care practices that I tap into, being with other like-minded people. So a lot of times when we're in our depressive states, we either isolate or we hang around with other people who make us feel okay to be depressed, which, I mean, it's great, acceptance, wonderful, but a lot of times it's because they're also in that vibe. And so if you're staying in a low vibration and all the people around you are in a low vibration, it's going to be way harder to get out. And so it's not a quick fix. It does not happen overnight. It takes time. As you saw, like from January of this year is when I started consistently going to the gym, when I really started focusing on what I was eating. And it still took me a few months to come back out of it because I wasn't super consistent. It was hard. It is not a quick fix. But every single time, it is what has helped me get through the depressive state and come back to myself. Come back full of life, full of energy, remembering my power, remembering who I am, and all of the things I can accomplish. That has what has helped me every single time. And so the reason, like I said, that we go through these depressive episodes is because in one way or another, we have lost ourselves. And it is the universe's way of reminding us who we are. It's pushing us to come back to ourselves, to come back to our authenticity and truly stand in our power. That's it for you guys today. Is just a little short, bite-sized clip, but I think it's a message that's really, really important for a lot of people, and hopefully you guys found it useful. Hopefully you resonate with it. If you guys have any other intuitive thoughts or channeled guidance on what the spiritual meaning of depression is for you, I would love to hear. So please comment below or comment on the Instagram at starseedschool.pod because I'm so curious what other people are feeling about this and what your thoughts are. As always, guys, if you liked the episode or you are enjoying the podcast in general, please do give us a review, rate us, like, subscribe, do all of the things because the more awareness that we have, the more people we can help on their journey. I love you guys. I will talk to you later. Have a wonderful day.